Becoming a parent really impacted how I looked at not only business, but the planet. Society doesn't have a resource problem. It actually just has a resource allocation problem.
With what we're doing with 3H Properties, we're going to be doing something that no one else has done.
Yeah, I'm on the regional waiting list for housing on the escaping violence, but it's still about a 3-year wait list.
If I didn't persist, there's no way I would have gotten in here.
The fabric of North America, the society is ripping.
There are thousands of people on multi-year waiting lists.
I can't even do a lease for an apartment just because I'm on the housing list, so I couldn't even sign a lease.
There were holes in the walls, there were tiles missing, there was maybe mold. Realized my paychecks felt a lot smaller than I thought they would, spending roughly 50% of my earnings on my rent every month.
One of the big problems today with the current stock of affordable housing and subsidized housing buildings is that they're all falling apart. Buildings also that aren't very pleasant to live in. It doesn't attract tenants that really want to be there.
Because it was so ugly inside, I created a beautiful garden sitting area. All my neighbors came and sat there, even when I wasn't home. That made life okay, but I never once invited any of my friends in to see my apartment because it was that crappy.
We're going to change the Canadian landscape. There's no one that's doing what we're doing today, which is provide 100% affordable housing from the private sector.
To create the kind of society that we want, we need everybody to be able to participate in it and be a productive member of it.
At one point I was working graveyard and day shift. We didn't have enough money to get everything I wanted for the kids, and mind you, that almost killed me. I was getting about 3 hours of sleep a day.
Unfortunately, about 5 months into my nursing career, I had a back injury. I had just started in a new field that I was quite excited about, and I had plans, and really threw a wrench into all of those plans.
No, I've had no child support, nothing at all. My son hasn't seen his dad, and I'm thinking it's been 6 years now that he hasn't seen him.
I had to have surgery on my hand. For 6 weeks, I couldn't work. So all of a sudden, I'm short for the rent.
The first thing is to finish my schooling and have my diploma as a mechanic, and then having my own business. Then the next step is to buy my own home. That's all my goals and dreams.
So my grandfather, he's a surgeon. He helped a lot of people who couldn't even pay for his services. But on the day of his funeral, thousands of people had come out whose parents' lives were saved by my grandfather. He had a great impact on his community and his people and his family. And so that's always driven me to feel the same, to have an impact.
There's an African proverb that says, alone you can go fast, but together we can go far.
With the nonprofits, we get incentives, we get rebates, we get refunds, we get support, we get development cost charge waivers, property tax abatements, we get HST rebates.
Because our values are aligned with them, we basically are saying, we actually want to keep social housing basically forever. That's music to their ears. It just resonates with them.
Once people's basic needs are met, then they can not only survive, but thrive.
So ask me how that changed my life. Everything. I have a social life. I can now eat food I like, not food I can afford. I'm content now. The security of living and not worrying, it's such a blessing. It's like a load lifted off of you.
Help us build a better future together and visit us at 3hproperties.com.